Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well and progressing today. So earlier today I was having a conversation with my upline about personal growth, right? Um, and progressing, right? So every day you want to progress because nothing in nature truly stagnates. Nothing in nature like truly stays the same, right? It's either growing, it's getting bigger, or it's getting smaller. There's no actual staying the same, right? Um, and so we're talking about progressing and we're talking about personal growth, right? And growth in the business and all of that sort of stuff. So when you're growing in the business, there's personal growth that supersedes that precedes that, right? So before you can grow your business to say let's say a millionaire standard, you're going to have to become the type of person that's going to be a millionaire, right? So you don't just happen into your money and then you learn to manage it, right? You learn to manage it, and through that development, you kind of you earn it, but you deserve it as well. Do you know what I mean? Um, and so yeah, personal growth is a process, and you're never truly going to arrive, right? Because there is no such thing as perfect. But by always striving for perfection, you're going to ensure that you always continue to grow and get better. Okay, and it's important that you pursue that growth actively with your upline, right? Constantly counseling with them, finding out what you could do better, what you're doing wrong, and creating actionable plans as to how you're going to enact that, right? And another thing about counseling with your upline, always make sure you do it with a good attitude, right? And they're not responsible for your attitude. Your significant other isn't responsible for your attitude. No one around you is responsible for your attitude. You are responsible for your own attitude, okay? And if you have difficulties with your attitude, your upline should let you know. But basically, it comes down to doing the right thing. So CDs and books, those are like the number one and two things for correcting a bad attitude, okay? Um, and yeah, so when you're building the business, you're going to run into a lot of obstacles, right? You're going to have a lot of challenges and struggles, right? And struggle always precedes growth, and growth always precedes success, right? So it kind of goes in that order, right? And once you've hit that success, you're going to realize that your biggest challenge, whatever it may have been, for me it was like social settings, like overcoming like fear and stuff like that. Your biggest challenge is going to be your biggest victory, right? And that's only once you get there. That's only once you get to that success. Okay. And yeah, when you're building the business, don't let a good life get in the way of a great life, right? We all get stuck in a rut where we're just comfortable, right? Like maybe we're just eating like mediocre food and we're just like going into work. We got like friends that we're like pretty happy with, and we get kind of lulled into that false sense of security, right? We're just comfortable. We're just living day to day. We're not really building up to anything. We're just kind of like we're shrinking because we're not stagnating and we're not growing. So we are shrinking. Do you know what I mean? Um, so yeah, don't let a good life get in the way of a great life, right? Don't let buying some nice things now stop you from buying some amazing things later in life. And that comes down to a little bit of delayed gratification, right? So for those of you that don't know, delayed gratification is basically when you accomplish something of meaning, it's not necessarily letting yourself feel that like dopamine rush, that pleasure from doing that great thing. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of putting it off and being like, yeah, but I could have done more. Do you know? So, yeah, that's kind of what delayed gratification is.